Well, Bernie, one of the ways I like to look at the importance of and how to approach co-op management is I think back to some of my humble beginnings in life, watching my parents balance their checkbook at the kitchen table once a week. And it was an event every single week to make sure that they knew all the money coming in and out. And I think
Mhm.
dealers need to look at co-op that way. Have one universal budget document that outlines all of your on program, maybe your off program, but every dollar you're expecting to receive back from co-op, and having one document that has all of your marketing expenses and understanding what that out of pocket really should be at the end of the month on your financial statement, and making sure that you're communicating with your agency partner as well as your controller and everybody
Mhm.
who's responsible to protect and preserve that bank account, and then make sure everybody's accountable for what's coming in and what's going out.
No, that makes a lot of sense, Katie. And I think that when people talk about balancing a checkbook, it's one of those things that's easier said than done. And you have to discipline yourself to sit in and actually go through that with the different managers in the different departments to make sure like you're all on the same page. Because, as a GM and you're in charge of one big checkbook, you need to make sure that everything is kind of aligning as far as, your terms.
But Don, when you talk about it, what some people might consider a dry topic, which is co-op, the reason I don't think it's dry is because it's really it's an important, and it's just part of that marketing budget. But you said something really powerful, the word discipline.
Mhm.
And leveraging your co-op dollars successfully really comes from having a good plan and the discipline to execute accordingly. And if you take the time and the discipline to make sure that every time you spend dollars that you're associating to co-op with, taking the time to understand the rules, but submitting a pre-approval and making sure you have that pre-approval where available in your submission will give you a much more comfortable process of submitting those claims, having a predictive measure that you're actually going to get submitted, knowing full well that just because you submitted something last month and got approval doesn't mean that it's going to be approved this month, and getting that fresh
Mhm.
approval code every single time so that it's less combative, it's less frustrating because you and your systems are dedicated to the discipline to do it successfully.